Can we talk about how miserable white people are for a second?
Welcome back to my channel. Today we are tackling a sensitive but important topic. As a society, we are often focused on external success and happiness, but what about internal struggles that can lead to feeling of emptiness and discontent? In today's video, we are exploring the idea that many white people may be experiencing misery due to lack of internal congruence, a disconnect between their values, beliefs, and actions. Join me as we dive into this thoughtful, provoking topic and explore ways to cultivate greater inner congruence in our lives. So kindly watch the following video and I'll be back to leave my own comment. Please stick around.
Can we talk about how miserable white people are for a second? Like, you know that white people are miserable, right? Like, have you ever looked a white person in the eye, even if they're like a big mental health person? You just look deep down and you're like, brother, you are not happy at all. And truly, it breaks my heart. But one reason, I think, one of the main reasons that a lot of white people, a lot of us are really unhappy and miserable is because we lack internal congruence. Now, congruence is a concept we learned early in grad school to help people heal. And congruence is basically internal alignment. Values and actions are on the same page, right? Like, we accept every part of ourselves. We feel peace, security in who we are, congruence. And no matter how hard you try, you can never find internal congruence if you're not congruent with the world around you. If you're not understanding what's real and seeing reality and affirming what's true. So like white people who deny patriarchy and capitalism's negative effect and oppression of the world and genocide that's happening around the world, like that's incongruent with reality. That is going to have an effect on us internally. Because to deny what's happening in real time, we have to deny certain parts of us, certain emotions, certain thoughts that come up. And the more we run for that, the more incongruent and separate we feel, the more dissonance that comes, the more miserable we are. And a lot of times we're not actually dealing with our own pain and our own reality because we're all suffering under capitalism and white supremacy. Like, it affects us different ways in intersectionality, but like it affects us white people too. You don't think a stormtrooper in the fucking Star Wars movies hates his life? You don't think he hates being bossed around all the time? You don't think poor white people living in the empire, like in a city walls, like in a Game of Thrones, like you don't think that they're miserable under it, even though they're not miserable the most? To be congruent inside, to not be miserable anymore, it takes accepting the realities of the world, seeing how those toxic systems affect us, and then moving to actually be congruent. Because deep down, humanity has goodness at its center. So yeah, white people, we're miserable because we're not congruent, because we're denying the realities of the world, and thus denying our... Can we talk about how miserable white people are for a second? Like, you know that white people are miserable, right? Like, have you ever...
Yes, can everybody who claims to be an empath talk about this? I have been in different spaces, many different spaces. And the only times I feel like if you close your eyes and just like really vibe in these spaces, the only ones where I feel true discomfort are predominantly white spaces. Oh my God, look at me doing this. White spaces. Yeah, I get it. Eye contact. Eye contact is so powerful.
Well, when an individual's words and deeds are consistent, they experience inner peace and harmony. On the other hand, inner congruence can lead to a feeling of discomfort, guilty, and discontent. A bold statement to say that all white people are miserable due to lack of internal congruence. It is possible to explore how societal expectation, cultural norms, and historical privileges can contribute to a sense of dissonance and happiness among some individuals from this group. People have a historical held position of power and privilege, often perpetuating a system of oppression and discrimination. This can lead to cognitive dissonance, where their actions and values conflict. For instance, a person may value equality but benefit from inequality. The pressure to maintain perfect appearance, uphold societal standards, and avoid discussion about race and privilege can lead to emotional labor and internalization stress. It is important to recognize that individuals from any racial or ethnic background can experience internal congruence or incongruence. I'm happy for the content creator to have shared this because it is encouraging self-reflection and honesty, conversation about the role of privilege and power in our lives. By acknowledging and addressing our own biasness, we can work towards great empathy, understanding, and inner peace. Congruence is a personal journey that requires effort and dedication, but it is a crucial step towards creating a more authentic and passionate society for all. Thank you guys so much for being part of this conversation. I hope you have shared your views in the comment section below. See you in the next video and stay safe.